morning, world. This is Dr. Rico Short, the root canal specialist to the stars, the grace life teacher, the inspirational motivator for you on this thankful Thursday. Now let's get to the root of your problem. Today, I want to talk to you guys about investments. Today, I want to talk to you guys, about investments. You say, Dr. Short, what do you mean investments? Am I talking about financial investments? Could be. But the first investment I want to talk to you guys about is an internal investment. Internal investment. So when the last time you invested in yourself? When was the last time that you read a book that's going to help you get to the next level? When was the last time you spent alone time with God? When was the last time that you stepped on a scale and you realized that you were overweight and you need to lose a few pounds? That's the first investment, because if you don't invest in yourself, guess what? You can't invest in anyone else. So I want to talk to you guys about how to invest in yourself. The first thing you have to do is invest in your spiritual life, because there's things that we're going to face that we are not going to be in control over, and we're going to need some. Have you ever been there before? Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, man, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this? And you need supernatural assistance. Well, you say, Dr. Short, oh man, yeah, but I did this, but I did that. Well, there's going to be a time where what you do is not going to work. And you're going to need supernatural assistance. And what you do when things are going well is going to come up when things aren't going so well. So are you investing time in prayer? Are you investing time with reading the Bible? Man, God in his awesome, magnificent mind gave us Proverbs, man. That's the book of wisdom. Man, it can teach us how to navigate through any tight situations that you face. In fact, last night we were in Bible study. We talked about Joseph being in a pit. And we talked about all of us, if you are living, you're going to find yourself in a pit. Some of the pit is of your own doing. Some of the pit is because somebody else did it to you. And some of the pit that you fall in is just life stuff that happens. And what are you going to do when you're in a pit, when you're helpless? Let me encourage you, man. You have a God that loves you. You have a God that's on your side. You have a God that's in the pit with you. And sometimes the pit comes so that you can isolate from distractions. So that all the things that have distracted you can't get you, so you can refocus on what's more important. And the number one person that's more important than anybody, anything else, is yourself. And I'm not saying this to do this selfishly. No, I'm saying to just be a maintenance person over your mind. That's the best investment, is investing in yourself. The second investment is investing in others, starting with your family first. And if you're married, starting with your spouse. You have to invest in your spouse in order to get the loving returns. If you don't invest in your spouse, you don't invest in your marriage, you don't invest in a relationship, it can't thrive and grow. And guess what's going to happen, man? It's going to turn stale. It's going to be like that old cracker, set of saltine crackers that you had there last year when you had the flu, and you get the flu again, you want to pull them out, you taste them like, man, these things are stale. Just so happen to be Valentine's Day coming up in 4 days. And you don't want to just invest in your marriage on Valentine's Day, because if you do, it's going to grow stale like those saltine crackers sitting on your shelf from last year. You want to invest in your marriage every day. You say, well, I'm telling them, everything that you want them to be. Tell them the good things that they're doing, and that's going to encourage them, and that's like watering your garden. How many of you guys know that you can't have a great garden without proper water and proper fertilizer? So every time you say to when you're thankful for them and you're thankful that they're working hard, you're thankful that they are, keeping the house clean, and you're thankful that they are just, managing the bank account or help you manage the business or whatever they're doing, man, you are putting water and fertilizer in your garden. So when there's a harvest time that comes, man, you'll be able to enjoy it. Are you getting something out of this today? And I don't know why I'm leaning towards marriage, but I guess that's why the Holy Spirit wants me to talk about today. An investment. Invest in your marriage. Take a trip together. Leave the kids at home. I'm not saying do this all the time, but man, find you a babysitter. Man, you and your wife or you and your husband, you guys need to take a trip together. You say, I don't have enough money to go overseas to Europe or go in the Bahamas. Well, okay, well, fine. Take a staycation. Take a weekend and just go downtown and you guys get a hotel and just enjoy yourself and just talk. Man, that will rejuvenate your marriage. Yes, I'm talking about investments. I know some of you guys are talking about, well, when are you going to get to investments in stocks, Dr. Short? I want to be so financially successful like you, and I want to figure out how you was able to, eradicate almost $1 million in debt in 6 months. Well, it'll be a time to talk about that, but not right now. I want to talk to you about internal investments that's going to lead to eternal rewards. Internal investments. So not only you invest in your family, next thing you do, you invest in your children. You spend time with your children. You go to those games. You go to those ballet performances. You go to their practices that I know you don't want to go to. But they're going to remember that, man. I still remember my mom was in the bleachers yelling when I was playing baseball. Go hit it, son. Go hit it. And man, it was embarrassing at all. As all get out. I was like, man, Mom, I don't even want you to show up. But guess what? Now, I appreciate that because that let me know that she cared, because I didn't have a father in my life. My mom had to do double duty. She had to double as the daddy and the mama. And I appreciate that. Now that I'm older, man, I appreciate that. She could have passed me off to anybody. She could have just not took time with me. But thank God that she did. Therefore, guess what that does for me? That lets me know that I need to do the same thing and even better for my children. So that when they get older, they can say, my dad, he was very successful. Yes, he made all this money. He made all these magazines. People knew him all over the world. But guess what he did? He was at my practices. He was at my games. And he showed me. He kissed me. Man, that's priceless investments. Priceless investments. Don't ever get too busy for your family. I'm going to repeat that for the people in the back. Don't ever get too busy for your family. Sometimes you have to turn down golden opportunities for your family. I'm going to let you just marinate on that, because I know some of you guys have these great opportunities that's coming to you, and you want to speak here and speak there and take this class there and do this and do that. But don't do that at the expense of your family. There's going to be time for that. In fact, I know that God is going to carve out the proper time for you to do those things and do that deal and speak here and there and do all those kind of things. There's going to be a time for that. That's not going to go anywhere. Because once God opens a door for you, he's going to keep it open for you to walk through. Can't nobody else walk in through your door. Can't nobody take what God has already put your name on. Come on now. And some of you guys are so tied up and just so stressed out that you think somebody's going to take your opportunity. They can't take what God has already given you with your name on it. Investments. The internal investments will lead to an eternal reward. Even the Bible talks about what you do now, the good things you do now, you will be rewarded for them on the other side of this life. Oh man, can't you imagine? God is like that show Let's Make a Deal. Pull back the heavenly curtain and show you all the rewards that you got for doing those things that he asked you to do and giving you the ability and the power to do, to help other people and invest in other people's lives and invest in your family and being able to do these kind of things. Even what I'm doing, I'm investing in you. And I'm not expecting you to bless me back. God is going to bless me back. But he's given me the ability to want to do this, to give you a talk, to be able to encourage you, to be able to motivate you so that you can be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday. That's why I do this. God has given me a gift to be able to sow light into darkness and to be encouragement to everybody around the world. It doesn't matter what your race is. It doesn't matter what your nationality is. It doesn't matter what your financial background is. You are a human being and you are made in God's image and his likeness, and you are his child. You are his son and you are his daughter. So I hope you guys got something out of this, man. Just make sure that you invest. And no, I'm not talking about this time. I'm talking about internal investments. I'm talking about investing in yourself. I'm talking about investing in your spouse. I'm talking about investing in your kids. Right now. They need you. You need you. All right? Love y'all, man. Grace life. Peace.